Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Sports Hub Central. I'm your host, Chad M.
And I'm Emily Nerland, and there is big news coming out of the NHL recently. The owners have come forward proposing a 50-50 revenue split with no rollbacks. Now, is this an option that the players should really seek? Is this something that's going to be beneficial to them? Should they okay this and get this season underway?
Well, first of all, we do need to think here that at least the NHL is moving in the right direction. This is something they can at least consider and ponder and come back with the counter offer, which is something we haven't seen over the last number of months. However, I understand that in particular Canada, we go absolutely bonkers and people are already starting to plan their parties for November 2nd when Bettman has proposed to start the season and cram in all 82 games. However, I don't think that's going to be the case quite yet. If you listen to a lot of the comments from the players, they're not sold on this. And the predominant reason for that is the 50-50 revenue split here still hasn't been defined because we don't know what hockey-related revenue is considered. And until Bettman and the owners actually tell the players what that is, they're going to have a very tough time agreeing on this.
But isn't this something that they should definitely give a look at and try and get pushing? Because if the players push this back, what are they going to look like in the public eye? They have to really push for this to work because the owners right now look like they're coming up and really making a good offer from where they've come from. 50-50 in the fans' eyes, they think, of course, take it. Hockey revenue, whatever it is, get the season going because the players keep putting out these videos saying, of course, we want to play. It's all about this, but it has to be fair. What's more fair than 50-50? No matter how the revenue is really split, it's going to come out to something amicable for both sides, you can assume, but just trying to get this on the way. Get going. Isn't this something they basically have to take now that it's in the public eye and it's such a fair deal?
Well, I mean, Emily, I wouldn't be all concerned about what the public perception is. Come on, at the end of the day, these guys are greedy. They're greedy, and they
pay for the tickets. Of course, you have to care what the public thinks.
I'm not disputing that, but they can come out and make all the right comments. But deep down inside, they're greedy and they care more about themselves than they do about the fans.
But then the fans
really believe that, they're delusional.
The fans absolutely believe that they have the power to pay or not pay or take it away. Same with the refs who weren't getting paid in the NFL, and they had the replacement refs in. Eventually the fans bitched and complained enough, and that did, even though the NFL was so greedy, and even though it probably wouldn't have hurt them monetarily to continue with the replacement refs, the fans bitching and complaining enough got those refs back. And I think that the fans' voice is going to be heard here. And if the players want to look like total douchebags by outright rejecting this because it's not exactly what they wanted, I think they're going to turn their back on the NHL because they were already assuming there wasn't going to be a season anyway.
Well, no matter what, in Canada, people are showing up to these games and watching it on TV regardless of how much money these guys make. Now, the bigger issue here I have with everything outside of the actual 50-50 revenue split and determining what the hockey-related percentage of that is the problem here with the short-termness of Bettman wanting to get this done. I think it's absolutely absurd. You want these guys to make a decision in 2 weeks? That's ridiculous. The main reason why is because of the fact that he wants to cram in all 82 games. And he is extremely greedy for these owners.
Yeah.
They might as well take an extra month if they need to ensure that this things get done properly. Because you know what? The proposal right now is 6 years on this CBA. What do you think is going to happen then in 2018? We're going to be having another lockout. If Bettman's gone 3 for 3 on lockouts, why not 4 for 4? Take as long as you guys need, miss as many regular season games as possible to get things done the right way. Because at the end of the day, if they cram in these 82 games, the hockey itself is going to be diluted. The product won't be as good because these guys aren't going to care as much because they're only going to care about the playoffs. The standings don't mean anything. We all know that. You get a point for showing up. And then it hurts the fans because we are the ones paying to watch worse regular season hockey. Give me 55, 60 games.
But I thought you just said they don't care about the fans.
I'm not saying that the players don't care about the fans. I'm saying that we are the ones that get hindered by the fact that they won't be able to perform at the highest level for 82 games if it's in a shorter time span versus having a normal regular season. And then furthermore, it makes it even worse for next year because this playoffs don't end until July. Then you have a shorter off season. Then they're not refreshed and ready to come back next year. It's a disaster. Take 20 games off, Bettman. Stop being such a greedy prick and let these guys negotiate with you properly and start the season once things get hashed out.
And we should know that within the next week of what's happening moving forward.
That's a wrap for this week's Sports Hub Central. You guys make sure to keep checking out the link below on this video, bethub.com. Sign up today, get your $10 bonus. Get started, start wagering, propose some bets to your friends, come up with your own lines, get involved, and have some fun while watching sports games, throwing down a couple of dollars on it.